I'm wrapping this box truck right here, and we have a serious problem that doesn't allow us to get the best quality. This truck, as you can see, it's kind of old, beat up, and what happens with these aluminum boxes and trailers, even if you wash them, right there's a bad example, but even if you wash them, there's this white powder or white residue that stays on there. And we have used chemicals such as car wash and bleach to take it off. Some areas over here, it's not as much, but it still doesn't allow us to wrap perfectly. We can wrap it, but it doesn't allow us to get the best job possible to the client. So I have looked online, there's not really much that people are saying you have to polish it and do a lot. But when you polish it and wax it, you can't wrap. So we're in this dilemma of how to get this off and how to allow the surface to bond to the wrap material. What I have here is an oxidizer, aluminum oxidizer. This supposedly helps with that white residue. I also have a microfiber towel or microfiber mop, which we're gonna use to scrub it out. And hopefully, if we don't get all of it, we get most of it, which allows us to bring up the quality of our job. We also don't want to get this chemical on this other parts because they might change the color. So I'm pretty sure it'll be fine, but we just want to make sure that we give the client the best results. All right, how to use it. First thing we want to do is pretty much rinse off the truck with our pressure washer. I have the pressure washer in there. Then we kind of want to dilute it a little bit, just because, especially since we want to get in that part. If not, you can spray it directly. Let it sit for up to 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes. And then while it's sitting, we want to scrub it out. So I'm about to go ahead and do that and teach you guys a few things. Also, I'll link this, or I'll put this in the link so you guys can buy it. All right, that water is already diluted with a little bit of bleach, which is also diluted because it's not the strongest bleach. So that should give us a good mixture. June, can you open this? Thank you. Pro tip, you always want to make sure you have water running into your pressure washer before you turn it on, because now you will mess up your pump. So you always want to have the hose running. Let's go ahead and turn it on. We should have gas.
Nice.
You saw how, like, in the beginning, a bunch of it came off? That's good.
Is it because it has bleach on it?
Yeah. Kevin, go ahead and start.
Why is it so dangerous to aluminum?
No, it just cleans it. It's like any other chemical. If you leave it on, it could make it dull, I believe. I think it makes it dull, that's what it says. So we just want to try to avoid any inconveniences, any discoloring or anything. Like, it probably won't do anything. Maybe just... Alright, so you can film that, I mean.
I have to wait.
Yeah, so it looks like we're getting a lot of that powder off. And that's the main thing. We want to get as much powder off as possible. You might not be able to get all of it off. The reason that powder is so difficult to take off and it's there is because the aluminum oxidizes, or at least the aluminum compound, the paint or whatever, it just flicks off. It leaves a residue because of how the sun bleaches it and everything. Oh. Say more and more builds up. Okay, so I'm using this harder bristle because, as you can see, like this, every time you wipe it off, it seems to make more, which is the issue we're running into. We're gonna keep using the microfiber one, but we're also gonna use this harder bristle just because it's gonna like create micro scratches on this, which is gonna help the wrap adhere better. It's also gonna help clean off more of this. All right, so we decided we're gonna actually spray the chemical on there directly because we felt like we weren't getting enough. I'm using is what is called a XJet. Pretty much what this does allows you to shoot at a longer distance and adjust like your spraying distance as well. So you can have shotgun mode or you can have sniper mode, which is pretty cool. Right, it also changes your pressure washer from a downstream to upstream. And why that's important, because instead of the chemical running through the pump and staying there and degrading the pump, cutting the life of your pressure washer, it just runs upstream, which is just switching this part out, if anything. And it's just better. It's easier as well, right? So I'm about to turn it on. You're about to see how this XJet works. I barely use it because I barely pressure wash, but every time I do, it's extremely good product. I'll leave a link for it. I totally recommend it if you have a pressure washer. All right, 3, 2, 1. That is sniper mode. So now we're gonna go to shotgun mode. What I like about this too is that I don't have to take it off if I want to stop using the chemical. I can just shut it off. So on, off, and that determines the chemical flow. Okay, so we're gonna scrub that and let that sit for about 5 to 10 minutes. Kevin, let's keep scrubbing.
All right. Okay.
And then we're gonna rinse it off. Once we rinse it off, we're gonna give it a soap wash. So we're gonna use this Southern Draw. This is a sulfiatant, which is another fancy word for soap. You can use car soap as well, but that one's supposedly the best one in the market. It's pretty expensive. So we're gonna use that one and then rinse it off again, and then it should be ready to, to wrap. Kevin just told me we didn't soak the side with the other chemical, which is fine because the other side we washed it first. So what I did is just went ahead and applied the soap, let that do its work, and then we're gonna rinse it off. We're gonna wash it with the actual chemical and then put more soap on it, and then that should be the final wash and everything should be ready to wrap. All right, so as you can see, we're getting much better results. Now there's some spots where it's still white, so we're gonna continue to wash that off. But this is way better. You saw how that, you can mix the clips, but you saw how like the thing was just everywhere. Now it's not that much. So we're good. We're glad to see that it's working. There is still some spots where it does need a little bit more, but other than that, it's pretty good results. It allows us to do what we need to do, wrap the trailer.
All right, this truck is done being washed and treated, and now it is so much better than it was before. I'm scrubbing really hard, and there is still a little bit of that oxidation coming off, so it's not perfect, but it's good enough to start the wrap process. It was definitely in way worse condition when it came in. It had all the white powder just flying off. You couldn't even get near it without that oxidation on your clothes or anything. And now we're at the point where it is suitable for this wrap. This is a big commercial truck, so it's meant to get beat up. The wrap is Avery Dennison, so it is super high tech, and I think it's ready. So we're gonna go ahead and move forward with wrapping this truck, and I will see if we can get one of these sides done. It's about noon right now, So we're gonna try to get one of these sides done, and then we'll show you what it looks like. So now you saw how we prepared this box truck for a full wrap. You saw the tools we used, you saw the methods. Now it is time to actually get to wrapping. So I'm gonna leave the video here. Stick around, follow us on all of our social media platforms, whether that be TikTok or Instagram. It's at Ray Science. We will be posting more about this project. That is where you're gonna find the more up-to-date videos on what's going on with our sign shop and the behind the scenes of how everything is made here. But I gotta get back to work. Thanks for watching. Make sure you guys are following us at Ray Signs, where we don't just build signs, we build brands.